let's start with the blockchain trilemma. The blockchain trilemma obviously presents the trade-off between, three critical aspects of running a blockchain: scalability, security, and decentralization, and the ability to, can you achieve all three of those? And so far, we've seen many of the leading projects struggle with that trade-off. Paddy, don't know if you want to take this first, or Hugo, if you want to take this first, but give us your rundown on the blockchain trilemma. And
well, Jay, I'm going to have to start by saying that I think most people have got this wrong, because it's not a trilemma. In my opinion, and if you understand blockchains, it's actually a bilemma or a dilemma. And so what they say is that you need scalability, you need security, and you need decentralization. And the thing is that decentralization and security are the same thing. There is no secure blockchain that is not decentralized. And so I think this is the thing that has sort of got the blockchain community slightly in a tiz. Yeah, I mean, Vitalik, great guy, can't diss him, very smart chap. But it's not a trilemma. When you realize what a blockchain is for, when you understand that actually the blockchain is only there for one reason, and it only does one thing, and it's not smart contracts, and it's not transactions per second, it's not convenience. All of these things I have already. My contactless Visa card is pretty convenient. It can do loads of transactions. That's not what I use my blockchain for. The only reason I use my blockchain is because it's meant to be censorship resistant. And so when you talk about the security of a blockchain, what you are referring to is its ability to resist censorship attacks. And the only known way, there's no other way of doing this. This is the thing that Satoshi did. This is the thing that Bitcoin introduced us to. The only way of achieving censorship resistance is through decentralization. And there's a very simple way of explaining this, because centralized systems are so easy to attack. And if it were possible to come up with a censorship resistant system that was centralized, we'd have done it by now. But we just can't do it. So actually, when you're looking at these three variables that you want, actually what you want is you want to talk about scalability and decentralization. And these two things are at different ends of the spectrum, because if you want to be decentralized, then you can't scale. This is another thing that people don't understand. This is why you get Solana saying, look, it's fine, we're just going to ramp up the transactions per second. It's like, yeah, but you sacrifice decentralization to achieve your scalability. So what you need to do is you need to realize that actually the scalability isn't something you do on layer one. Yeah, you can have scalable, you can have millions of transactions per second. And we have that system today already in action. It's called the Lightning Network. I know the Lightning Network gets a lot of gets a lot of grief. And a lot of people think that it's, non-functioning everything, but it is the only layer 2 that actually works. It is the only layer 2 that is permissionless, that is open, that is unilaterally, I can leave and you can leave without any permission. This is what a layer 2 should be. Lightning Network is instant and it's cheap. I mean, it's free and it's instant, and it can handle any amount of transactions specifically because only the people involved in the transaction have to be processing that transaction. So when you're on layer 1, everybody processes everything. Fine. That's how you get your base layer security. Everybody processes everything, but that means it can't scale. And then you go to layer 2 and it's like, well, actually only me and you are going to, Lightning Network is basically swapping contracts with each other. And that's where you get your scalability. So actually, as far as the trilemma goes, it's actually only the scalability and the decentralization. And, that's why the product that we work on the Minima chain, focuses on decentralization. That's the number one thing. That's the only thing you need to worry about. And then we're going to be adding our scalability via, we've got really, really nice Lightning Network compatibility. When you're able to look back and, cherry pick all the really nice ideas that have happened in the last 10 years, there's lots of things that Lightning could do with, OPCAT is the current one that everyone loves. There's a few other functions that you could do. L2, the way that you can do something technical to do with signatures that would make Lightning 50 times easier. And the thing is that when you make something easier, it means there's more developers that can work on it, which means that you get more products coming out of it, which means that you get more, investment and time and all of these things. So that's how we've attacked the problem. It's got to be decentralized, and you can have your scalability, but not on layer 1, on layer 2. And so that's what I think about the trilemma.